My wife has returned 1 year after leaving to find herself. How stupid am I for considering taking her back? My wife and I got married 6 years ago. I proposed to her after 4 months of dating, and we were married 3 months later. You could call it quick, and I'm not saying it wasn't, but it felt right. So it was me, my wife, and my son, who is now 8. Things were great. We found out we were expecting our first child together, and we were over the moon. Sadly, our baby was stillbirth, and that started the fast decline of our relationship. It sent her into an extreme depression. It was like nothing could help it, and I was watching my beautiful wife die while still being perfectly physically healthy. By the next few months, instead of waking up to her next to me, I woke up to a note of her telling me she was going to clear her head. 1 week, no response. Before I knew it, she came back and retrieved half of her stuff. I was blocked on everything. It hurt, you know? I lost my baby and my wife left me in a matter of 2 months. I went into a pretty deep depression while also having to shun it away from my son. Things were hard. I was pretty much on autopilot and became severely underweight. It just started feeling good, getting back into society with closer connections to good friends. My wife never came back during that time period, and I was just wondering when I'd be hit with the divorce papers. And you want to know who showed up at my doorstep at 5 a.m. this weekend? My wife. There were so many things I wanted to say to her. I wanted to know if she was okay. I wanted to beg her to come back. But at the same time, I wanted to tell her to leave and never come back. She came in and said that she spent the last 8 months 300 miles away and said she wanted to work on us. I smiled. We almost had sex. I took a good look in the mirror, and I couldn't believe how stupid I was being. She came back expecting me to welcome her back with open arms, and that's exactly what I did. I empathized with her deeply, and I saw how bad everything affected her, but 1 year. It felt unforgivable. I told her she needed to leave, and now we're here and I'm on Reddit, asking how do I proceed? Update. For the people that want the short answer, I'm not going to try to work through things. Let me explain. I saw many comments suggesting that she'd been dating around, even some indicating she'd gotten pregnant. False. Like she said, she went to heal and I believe her. Because when I tell you she was depressed, I mean it got to a point where I had to make sure someone was in the house at all times just to make sure she didn't kill herself. And I don't feel like arguing on that topic with people that don't know her. I'd been thinking too fairy tale like when I saw her. Probably because that's how our story has been. Fell in love quick, married young, and thought it was together forever. When I'd seen her for the first time in such a long time, I saw my wife. The woman I fell in love with, my best friend, and my life partner. That's who I instantly saw. But one quick good look in the mirror, and a few days of thinking about it got me realizing that the same woman I married was not the same woman who left me. This past year has taught me, and I had to think back to how I was feeling the previous day before she showed up. I felt very good that past day. I spent the day with my son before dropping him to his mom's. I went to a bar with friends, and slept peaceful at my own home. My wife hadn't crossed my mind at all that entire day. I'd been happy beyond that past day. There is only one other person in my life right now that I need. My son. He's the reason I keep going every day. And for the quick moment, I considered trying things out with my wife. It was incredibly selfish towards him. I mentioned this before, but he truly is a great boy. I still have love for her, and I'm happy that she's alright, but we're over. I told her this. We went out and spoke about everything for hours. We finally cleaned out everything from the nursery. She got most of her stuff. She'll be back soon to get the rest. She'll always be a part of my story. There's no erasing her or the love we had. What we had was magical at one point, but our story together ends at divorce. As for me, life's only moving, and I gotta make the best of it. So far I have been, and it's been going good. Here are a few comments.
OP, you deserve nothing but the best. I anticipate that the more time that transpires, the more she's going to regret what she did to you. Continue to focus on your son, who likely also suffered from her abandonment. Best wishes. Please update us with how you're doing when the divorce has concluded. Good luck.
Please, see a lawyer and establish some proof that she disappeared without a word and was gone so long. That's not good parenting. That's not someone reliable or wise. You want to make sure that she doesn't have unsupervised time with your child. Who knows if she'd leave him alone at a grocery store or a park and just disappear when it's convenient for her. She doesn't make good decisions or envision possible consequences.
You are putting your son's happiness first. Nothing else really matters. It sounds like you have matured and done a lot of self-reflection over the past year. No reason to not stay friends with your wife, but it certainly sounds like you have moved on and are making the right choice. Good luck.
Lots of reasons not to be her friend. She caused a huge gaping emotional wound in OP and his son. Keeping her around as a best friend is just going to be confusing and not let the pain heal, after a few years, maybe. Right now? Hell no.
Yeah, I always see stuff like that. My wife left me for her boss, but we're gonna remain friends. Or my husband chose heroin over me and our children, and he's still using and stealing stuff for drug money, but we're gonna remain best friends. Like, I don't know about you guys, but people who betray me and screw me over, I mean, that's not the type of friends I keep in my life. Friendly, in the sense of being civil, sure, makes sense if you choose to do that. But friends? No thanks. With friends like that, who needs enemies?
I think it's just a coping mechanism to help accept the breakup. Because sometimes it's hard to wrap your head around basically never talking to someone again that you loved and was such a big part of your life. It's probably unrealistic and not going to happen that way. But it's hard to let go sometimes.
Comparing an affair or betrayal to someone needing to see to their mental health is about what I expect from Reddit. My husband's been sick for 2 years. Guess I should just divorce him because he's not able to be the same person I married who wasn't sick, right? A whole lot of people should never get married because they really don't believe in their marriage vows.
And this is it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.